merciful, the truthful, and the most just. May Allah's Salam Alaikum. We are thankful to Allah for allowing us to meet with you once again for congregational prayer service. We again remind you of the importance of keeping up with prayer and keeping your duty to Allah. The body has one duty, and that is to obey the head. That's its whole purpose. And every one of you sitting there is a living witness to that. And whenever you want to do something and one of your members don't seem to be functioning properly, it bothers you. Because you're ready for the body to obey you right then. When you're ready to get up out that chair, you ain't mean in no minute. So that is the lesson that Islam has always been the right religion. Entire submission. The head of Christ is God. The head of every man is Christ. Entire submission to the head. That's why you don't find no scholars of this world coming in here call themselves trying to argue with me about what the religion is. They'd do it if I was like them. But I can't even pay them to come in here. I'll go in theirs for nothing. They ain't got to offer me $20,000. I can't even pay them to come in here. So, you know, we always have people that secretly think they can do something. Huh? Then when they get in there and try, they find out that they was deluded. So, you know, I want you to always remember, not just hearing and then going out and forgetting. Remember what your duty is. What's the point of telling you to fear to keep your duty if you done forgot what your duty is? And then the sad part is the book tells you the duty of it, man, is to fear God and keep his commandments. How you make a mistake on that one? So, you know, if you just if you put the effort into building your world, that you put in holding up the devil's world, you might be gotten a long way further than you done got. You too busy looking at your world as make-believe and looking at his as the real thing. Regardless to how you see his falling apart. I'm not living in the new nation of Islam is not falling apart. Only thing falling apart is those who faking. I'm I'm satisfied that everything is right on track. So I'm warning you, get serious. Get serious about this. Don't play with it. You see all them fires going on out west? All this water, and they having a drought. Do you not see something odd about that? Why is that happening? The earth has an owner. Stuff don't just happen on this planet any more than stuff just happens in your house. Even if you don't make it happen, you approved of it happening. Or it don't happen long. It's by your permission. Is that right? We told you a long time ago, before some of y'all was born in there, that the people are going to be driven to the center of the country, and they are going to be made to admit that they are driven by calamities. I ain't going to tell you the rest of it till later. But fires destroying property and even destroying the people who trying to put them out. See they not that we are visiting the land? Curtailing it off of its sides? And Allah does what? Allah pronounces a doom. And there is no repeller of his decree. He says in the Bible, I will work and who will let it? No, you through disrespecting us in our house. That's what the owner have given me to say to you. the messengers of God. Hey, knock on your door and say, as good as say, you don't know me, but I'm your brother. I was raised here in this living hell. You don't know my kind in your world, but pretty soon Fairly soon, the time will tell. Yeah. Now, that's not just addressed to the common folks. Boy, that's a deep song. You keep telling me all the things you're going to do for me. Huh? I ain't blind, and I don't like what I think I see. So I'm going to just bypass you and take it onto the streets and give the warning to everybody. Yeah. I told you this is the human family of the planet Earth, and we got some low down people in our family. I'm getting sick of telling you, just like Daddy used to say before he put something on one of us. You low down scout, I done told you and told you and told you. And then that's when you get it. We sent warner after warner after warner and told you and told you and told you. It's like the little brother last night. I see a little progress with him. Well, okay. Long as I see progress, just like any doctor, he see that the patient getting a little better, it make him happy. If it don't make him happy, well, something wrong with him. That patient need to find another doctor. Is that right? Yeah. But, I don't fuss at you to run you off. I fuss at you to run the devil off. That's got the mastery over you. You know, intelligence teach me when you say something to me I can't deal with or can't answer. It's time for me to let go what I was thinking, not run away from you. Do you understand? Because I was thinking wrong and you just showed me by shutting my mouth. So we want to save as many as we can from the destruction that ain't coming. It's here. And it's taking place in larger and larger scale. You know, ain't nobody gonna be able to come to the aid of you because they got their own problems. They're gonna be just like the prophets told you. I'm worried about myself. Myself. And so they don't rest until they provoke you to anger. And then when wrath comes, then it's, oh my God. So, okay. Allah is pleased with you inside of this circle, and he's purifying you. That's what this circle is. It's a circle of purification. So you and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. If you think the earth is big, you ought to get a look at the magnetic field that's around it. Yeah. The unseen is even bigger. Yeah. And that's a great force. Yes. And the remembrance of Allah is the greatest force to draw people. We got people listening all over the planet. They don't like to tell us that. But if the planet is listening, you better listen too. The root word of earth is ear. So, not a leaf falls, but he knows it. You better wake up. This is the day of judgment. The truth has come. That's how judgment comes. You say, man, you didn't exercise good judgment there. Why? Because he didn't know the truth. Well, the truth has come. And falsehood must vanish. Okay, what kind of cloak people try to put on to hide a wrong deed. Can't hide it. Huh? Television ain't gonna help you hide it. I don't care how many lies you get on there and tell. It ain't gonna help you hide it, because Allah already prepared a nemesis for television. It's called internet. The NBC and all of them, don't nobody even hardly look at that. If you ain't on the satellite or something, you ain't got nothing going. Them more analog signals and stuff, don't nobody. They got to update stuff now. Is that right? And so now the playing field is a lot more level. Allah done brought the high places down. Yeah. Every mountain and hill shall be laid low, and every valley shall be exalted. Why? Islam is freedom, justice, and what? Equality. You see how people come into my arena, even though I'm the host, they automatically feels equal when they come in here. Yeah, and they talk to me like they equal, like this day broadcast. Yeah. Why? Because that's Islam. Don't hide behind you the boss and all that. What that man just say to you, deal with that. What being the boss got to do with it? If it's a fact that they point out, best thing you can do is acknowledge that fact and move on. But as far as trying to sweep aside fact just because it's your broadcast, that don't work. So we are showing them by example that even this latest magazine, it said be doers of the word, not just hearers of it. Be not hearers of it only, but doers. Is that right? Well, okay. We don't just say ain't no big I's and little U's in Islam. We show you that that's true. I don't just talk to people who agree with me. I talk to people who disagree with me. And they say something that's true, I acknowledge that it's true. It's like the little brother brought that article in here. I read it. I thanked him for it. It was a good article. What? Because he don't like me, that means I can't, that ain't nothing he got worth anything? No, that ain't how it go. That's how it might go with you. But see, I don't hate my people. I really do believe what I teach, that we've been messed up by the white man and we sick. I believe that. So I ain't walking around here with no attitude towards my people. And you better learn to get over it. Because I don't see none of us walking down the street scowling and going on at white folks. You kiss up to their behind and do whatever they want done. You'll run to them before you run to your own people. Running to him, telling him something that you got a problem with a black man, as though he care. So no, that ain't my thing. I don't do that. We got a problem with a black man, we deal with it. We'll deal with it in a just way. You know. So now sometime I have to turn you over to your master, so I don't have to hurt you. You know, but don't you make the mistake and attack us. Your master won't be able to save you. So I'm just telling you, we ain't bothering nobody. If you out there starting stuff with people, you better quit. Allah gonna send you to the right one after a while. You ain't got nothing to do with that world out there. Nothing. You speak to people and go on about your business. That's why you got cards. Hey, you might want to listen in on this. Well, what is it? Oh, you find out. It's good. And leave them alone. When last time you seen me standing up out on the street preaching? You see me talking business with people, but I ain't standing up out there preaching, getting on folks' nerves. No, sir. I do all my preaching where people come knowing that that's what I'm going to do. If you don't want me preaching to you, don't come in here. Ain't that the way to do it? You don't want nobody walking up to you saying, may I help you, sir? Don't go in the store. Is that right? You know, I mean, somebody gonna come up to you and say, may I help you? So, you know, that's just the way it is. You know, but that same question is out of place if you see somebody out there standing up on the street minding their business. You know, what? May I help you? No, who you? What you jumping up here, man? No, you can't help me. Get on with me. That's what they tell you. Because you out of place. To all things, time and a season. To every purpose under heaven. That's right. All you have to do is remember that and always know what time it is and just be aware of what time it is. You know, if a person asks you a question that's relevant, then you answer them. Civilized question, civilized answer. Uncivilized question, you can just tell them, excuse me, you got your people mixed up. And, you know, I'm not into that. Do you understand? Civilized answer. Still, but don't get in the gutter with nobody. Am I clear? All right. Pull people out the gutter. Don't go rolling around in it with them. All right. So let's stand and have prayer. Attention. Original salute. Ready, front. Prayer position. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. And I bear witness that I know of none who deserves to be served or worshipped beside thee. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all holy praise is due and be to thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful Master of the day of requital. Thee do we serve and thee do we beseech for help. O Allah, please continue to guide us and keep us on the right path and way, the straight path and way of thee and those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the crooked paths and ways of Satan and those upon whom thy wrath is or will be brought down, nor the foolish paths and ways of those who go astray or who are led astray, even after they've heard and been given the true understanding of thy holy word and teachings. Truly, I have again turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be totally upright, to thee who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Truly my prayers, my sacrifices, my life and my death are all for thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate hast thou, in this am I commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. I know of no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I've been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults and weaknesses. So please grant me and my true followers and family continuous protection against all of our faults and weaknesses. For none grants protection against faults and weaknesses but thee. And guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts. For none can guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts but thee. And turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts. For none can turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts but thee. And O Allah, please guide us among those whom thou hast and wilt guide aright, and preserve and perfect us among those whom thou hast and wilt preserve and perfect, and befriend us among those whom thou hast and wilt befriend, and bless us in whatsoever thou dost grant to us, and deliver us from the evils of what thou hast judged. For surely thou judgest, and there is none that can judge against thee. And surely he whom thou befriendest is not disgraced. And O Allah, please keep us in our right minds at all times, and let us not be or turn hypocrites or cowards. And remove from us the evil state of mind and thoughts of devils, and place within us the righteous state of mind and thoughts that are in accord with thy uprightness and righteousness and truth. Ameen. Attent. Hut. Original salute. Ready, front. You may be seated. Now, before I dismiss, excuse me, is there anything that anyone wanted to ask me? You may feel free to do so now. Um, we live in a world that is like a child. And it's no wonder. I mean, let's face it. The black man have been on this earth for trillions of years to be able to learn the ways of peace. The brown, yellow, and white man been around here 6,000 years. And it ain't no wonder the world is like a bunch of children are in charge. Squabbling over boundaries. Like children living in the house, people living in the house in this world, eh? Don't be coming in my room. It ain't even his room. That house don't belong to him. But Daddy gave me this room. Yeah, Daddy gave the Chinese the land that the Lord thy God giveth thee. The land that the Lord thy God have given thee on this planet. But now you've dishonored your fathers and your mothers. And it's time for now everyone and everything to return to the originator, to be judged. Okay? And your kingdoms have been weighed in the just balance and have been found very wanting. You see? Where is it that you find people who are not suffering? You don't. And when the wicked bear rule, the people suffer. That's just the truth. So we're offering you a better way. And we're giving you time to make up your mind. We put forth our way and invite you to express your disagreement and why. You think we're just doing that for to show off? No, we're doing that so that when the matter is decided, you won't have nothing to say, but surely we was wrongdoers. You ain't offered me no better guidance than I offered you. I offered you better guidance than any of you ever offered me. I broke down that 666, made it just as clear as it could get. You didn't hear the white man say that ain't right. You look up beast and you see it fit him. And it didn't just fit him. If none could understand the book, neither look thereon, then we was all on the level of beasts. You can't understand. A beast can't understand what a man's saying. He can't hold no conversation with a man. Well, it's time to change. That's why they all said it don't yet appear what we shall be. But we shall be like him when he appears. Okay. This is your chance. And they had a song in church, and they didn't even pay no attention to what they were singing. And the song went like this. It says, Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my heart. And then they'd repeat it. In my heart. Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my heart. Well, I thought Jesus was Lord. Then who is this Lord you telling you want to be like Jesus? So, I can make you like Jesus and like Moses and like Daniel and like Muhammad. I can make you like all of them. Yeah. But they couldn't make you like me. They received theirs in a measure. I received mine without measure. They expressed the will. I come to execute the will. Okay. So you come to class, be on time, and you will be gradually. You notice I told you and I showed you a good example of it last night. You can't keep listening to me and stay the same. If you listen to me, you're going to change. You ain't finna change me. And you see little brother, he gradually changing. He didn't say, I ain't sorry. When I was talking about it like that, he didn't try to interrupt me and say that ain't true. If you stick around, if you don't believe I can change you, you keep coming in. Keep coming in my class and see if you don't change. Oh, yeah. I can change you. As the messenger said, this one, he said, he don't have to go get no carpenter's tool. Just his word, and you start changing from that. That's what he told you. He was talking about me. Yeah. You know, and you ain't my fault if you abort yourself. That's your fault. All right. Okay. And there's things that go on sometime. People drop out of school. They do some everything. Right? Yeah, that's true. Try to convince you to drop out. That's why a lot of people call you and and want to have a discussion with you after the meeting. They're trying to get you to drop out of school. I wasn't never that stupid. I hung around brothers that dropped out of school. But when time for class, I said, hey man, I gotta ease on. And he said, all right, I see you out of school. Ain't no sense trying to get me to drop out of school with you. I ain't finna do that. You the one, you hurting yourself. You ain't hurting somebody else. You hurting you. And the sad part, you done seen people that couldn't read. You done seen people. My daddy couldn't read. Now, why would I look at my daddy and say I want to emulate that? I don't want nobody having to read stuff for me. They made him not go to school. He made me go to school. I'm glad he did. Yeah. So we make our children go to school. And we make them pay attention when they sitting up in class. Ain't no teacher got to fight with you to get you to pay attention. And they better not have to fight with you no more when they're riding home on that thing and tell you to be quiet. You get on that bus and them teachers tell you sit down and be quiet, you sit down and be quiet. Am I clear? And when they don't, bring them to me. Since some of you all seem to still think that you got a pet here. There ain't no pets here. These is human beings that have to be guided right. And you think they're going to grow up one day and they're going to tell you about yourself. You watch what I tell you. And don't let them come to you and tell you the only one that cared about them was the Son of Man. I didn't go back thanking them teachers that let me get away with stuff. I went back thanking them teachers that didn't. I remember all of them, Mr. McGee, Mr. Earl, Miss Dancy, Mr. Logan. Well, them the one put something on your rump and made you learn something. Yeah, aren't they mean? Yeah, that's mean. And I had to sit down when I went in their class. As much as I like to talk, I learned to be quiet in their class. And I'm glad that they had some discipline. A learning environment by necessity has to have discipline. If there's no discipline, you can't teach a child. Because their attention span ain't long enough for them to just give you their attention. They have to fear not to give you their attention. They're right, Maya. So I'm just telling you, that's what you got to do. You want their attention, you got to get it with some discipline. Am I clear? So you don't beg them. Warn them, and then bring them to us. We'll put down. So then when they grow up, they'll take over the school and they'll do the same thing. They'll teach their children the way we taught them. And that's called building a nation. All right. If there are no questions, then may Allah bless us all, keep us safe and in our right minds. May Allah's salam alaikum.